fuck? Lilo and Stitch live action.
Ja, jag vet. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Rebecca. Än en gång. Gud.
Oh well,
Okay,
det är inte det vi ska prata om.
Nej. Hello and welcome back to the TV Cast, the show where we talk about TV and streaming series, and we don't care about spoiling them. This is the spin-off of our real podcast, the Spoiler Cast, which you probably know about on this channel. All the regular stuff, you know. If you like the show, which I hope you do since you're here, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. What did you think of the thing we're talking about? And if you really like us, you should check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Not only can you support us even more, monetarily, excuse me, but for $3 a month, you actually can receive literally hundreds of exclusive episodes of mainly the Spoiler Cast, but also the TV Cast.
Yeah.
And then it's less than a cup of coffee a month. So check it out, help us grow. But beyond that, let's get into today's episode. It's it's Tuesday, but we're talking about Dune, Dune Prophecy. Second episode came out the other day. And if you remember from last episode, none of us were super stoked about it, but you liked it enough that you wanted to continue.
Yes.
And I really didn't care about it. So yeah, let's get into the next episode. I mean, they killed a little boy. There's the Bene Gesserit sisters. They're conspiring, of course, to get a Bene Gesserit on the throne. And the reigning emperor, he has this soldier coming back from Arrakis, telling him of stirrings within the Landsrat, or within the houses, I suppose. Stirrings of mutiny, and that this lone soldier, he has received powers from the gods, so now he will help the emperor, basically, or something.
Yeah.
Second episode, it's just the same. Nothing new happens, really.
We get a little bit of, moving forward, at least.
Okay, I'll be completely honest. I was basically zoned out for the entire episode. I was so bored. And we'll get into more of that later, because I think it's more a symptom of my disliking of the format than the actual show. But it's better if you go through the story, because the brother of the son of the emperor has, at first you think he's just kind of the deadbeat son who's like, well, I'm the emperor's son, I'm just gonna party and have fun, kind of that kind of guy.
Yeah.
But now, of course, he has maybe not plans on taking over, but I mean, he has ambitions.
Of course. But he's also the idiot that accidentally spills the beans to the wrong person, so that the merchant man and his family gets the deets on what happened with their son.
Oh, okay, you see that? I totally missed that. Because,
the merchant dude, I don't remember his name.
Richese.
Yeah.
I don't remember the first names of them all, but this Richese family. He's Duke Richese.
His daughter seduces the emperor's son.
Oh, she seduced him? I thought they just gave each other, horny looks, and then they had sex.
Yeah, but that's part of seducing.
But there was no I'm going to seduce him. It was just they looked at each other. Next scene they were in, they had sex.
Yeah, and then the next scene afterwards, when the merchant man tells the emperor so you killed my son, and she just looks at the emperor's son and just well,
the son says during the sex scene.
He mentioned something. I don't remember exactly what he says, because she still starts asking him stuff and pressures him to keep talking, and he's oh, I know more than you think. I don't remember exactly what he says.
I remember that scene, but I don't completely missed that part. I thought that kind of came later when the emperor and what's his name, Desmond Hart?
Yeah.
That's the guy who says he has god powers now.
Yes.
He kind of spills the beans that, well, I'm not saying I did it, but I did it. And the Emperor's like, what? No. I didn't ask for this. Guards, arrest him. And they put him in the floaty prison. And there, he's like, not a word of this comes out, he says to his sword trainer, who I guess is also head of security.
Yeah. Who turns out to be a spy?
He is? You see, I
think that's what they did in the end.
By the end,
I watched this morning. I don't remember details.
That's the thing. I was basically on my phone for the last half of the show.
And why are we talking about this?
Well, that was the thing. I didn't want to. I really didn't want to. So just then quickly, what did you think of the episode?
I thought it was better than the first. They're moving forward.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not introducing new characters anymore. They did that,
of course,
all of that in the first one, at least.
Sure. But...
So there's not like there's new characters. Thank God, because they already have a bunch. And I mean, they did kill off a couple in the first episode, so that's good.
Yeah.
They even killed off one in this one.
They did?
Yes, the little sister.
Little sister?
Sister Lila.
Who?
The one who took the serum and communed with her grandma, who was Raquel.
Oh, sister. Sorry, I thought it was a sister of some. You meant a Bene Gesserit sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Sure. I was like, wait. I know I didn't sleep at least. Who was this sister you talking
There aren't
about?
too many other sisters except for them.
No, exactly. But yeah, well, there is. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah. She communed with her ancestors, and we found out that she's actually Raquel's great-granddaughter.
Great-granddaughter, yeah.
That would make her the last leader before what's her name? Valia? Livlia? Yeah. Who she made her, kill herself. That was Lila's grandma in that case.
I'm not entirely sure about that part. But that was a little bit confusing to me because I was like, "Who's your mom?"
Because that was Raquel's daughter.
Was it?
Wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
Didn't she talk about Raquel as like my mother never? Blah,
yeah,
blah,
but
blah.
she's yeah. I think so, but I think I also kind of heard it as just because she was Reverend Mother. I don't know.
Oh, okay. But she does talk to whatever that woman's name was when she goes to talk to the ancestors. She doesn't talk to Raquel, right? There's that
no, she talks to Raquel as well.
Oh, okay.
But it switches.
Yeah.
Problem is that...
So they must be related, because she can only talk to her ancestors.
That's true.
Yeah.
But she says something like, "Oh, they said you wouldn't talk to me," and then she goes ghost mode on her. Just kills her.
Yeah. Oh, and then we kind of we find out a little more about the Tyrann Arafel. That it's not some big, it's not some big, world-ending or galaxy-ending disaster. It's basically just, it's going to be the end of the Bene Gesserit. It's like, oh, okay. At least that's the way they describe it, or Valia describes it to Theodora?
Yes.
And it's like, oh, that's it? So you're doing this purely for selfish reasons?
Theodosia,
sorry, yeah. This is, okay. I knew that that's the whole thing with the Bene Gesserit in the books, that it's always scheming and everything, and there's always plans within plans. But it feels like they're so far ahead that, like, it might seem that you're just scheming and backstabbing, but it's ultimately for the good of the universe. I mean, even if people don't think it's for the good of the universe, it is for the good of the universe, because it makes sure everything is on track.
Yeah.
However, I guess in the later books, them actually creating the Kwisatz Haderach isn't a good thing, since he goes on a holy war across the universe and, like...
Well, that's the thing about prophecies.
Everything. Yeah.
You interpret them in your own way.
True.
So them seeing this... What did you call it? The...
Kwisatz Haderach.
No, the other one. The new one. This
Tyrann
one.
Arafel.
Tyrann, yeah. the way they saw it was Rakella called it the burning something.
Yeah.
And they're just going, oh, so that means it's gonna like burn the land, so it's gonna burn everyone, we're all gonna die or something, and then 2 people burned, like, yep, that's it, this is it.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be. I'm assuming Desmond Hart has something to do with it, because, he has weird powers.
Yeah, they still haven't explained that.
No, don't get to it, I hope. So I don't know. I still feel like the Ben Gesserit are a bit evil.
Yeah, they are. Oh shit! Sorry, I realized I just removed the picture again. I just wanted to do that.
Oh,
sorry. We're back. There we go. Sorry.
I was trying to find a family tree while you were talking for Rakella, but it's not that. It's no.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that the Tula, which is the other sister, Tula and Valia are characters in books, but I don't know. If
and they're Harkonnen.
They're Harkonnen. Yeah. Thank you, Harkonnen, not Harkonnen.
Yeah, then we had that discussion.
We had the discussion.
Movies,
we talked about the
I
movies. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if the other sisters introduced in this are from the books or just made up for the show.
Yeah, but I mean, someone could have made a family tree for the show at least.
Sure.
I just wanted to see the connection, but no, I got like I don't know, Spanish Habsburg family tree. Instead, I don't know what that is. No, I it's still a bit confusing and still a lot going on, but I feel like they streamlined it a little bit.
Yeah, but it has the same problem as the first one in it, that it doesn't feel like, it just feels like, oh, a few more scenes from the Dune prophecy movie. It doesn't feel like an episode of TV.
Not really, no. But like we said, that's what TV is these days. So
yeah, and that,
really.
So
we're not going to get away from that.
No, exactly, and that's what I'm getting at. That's why I won't be able to enjoy this, even though it is very well made and well written and everything. I can't appreciate it because I am so sick of this format.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. You're allowed to.
Oh.
But you're not curious about the story, where it's gonna go?
No, not at all.
No. Okay.
Not even slightly. Because we know they're gonna stop the Tyrion Arafel thing, or maybe not even stop it. But all this is it's fairy dust. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, fugazi, because it takes place 10,000 years before the main story. So what's the point?
All we know is that whatever this is, it's not going to end the universe.
Exactly.
Because the universe will move on.
And they will never...
in 10,000 years within this universe, we'll have Dune the movies.
Yeah. And that's the problem. You said, well, this is its own main story in the Dune universe. I'm like...
Sure, it is.
It is,
like...
but I'm not built that way.
No.
I say if you that's why I don't like the whole world building, because you can create thousands of stories in the same universe. Yeah, but the first one is always going to be the one you actually put all your money into, so to speak.
Yeah, especially if you make prequels.
Yes, especially
prequels. It's just like, but whatever this one does is not going to affect the future because we already know the future.
Yeah, at best it will like, oh, so that's.
Why that happened.
Oh, but this is so far removed from the originals. Like, I don't care.
I feel like the only thing that this has added so far is small details about the whole war between man and machine.
Yeah, but there's a whole trilogy of books you can read in that case, which takes place during the war. So.
I don't know if I'm going to read books, though. That way.
You read books?
Sure, but like that's too much. Just to find out about that war, I'm gonna read 3 books, and they're like 500 pages each.
That would have been a more interesting story. Of course, I guess it would have been too expensive to make, but to see the actual man-machine war, that would be cool. I mean, it would be more action, and you could have like make it like a band of brothers, but during the Butlerian Jihad.
But to be devil's advocate here a little bit, we would still know the ending.
We know how it ends. Yeah, but it would be
so
more.
It still
than
wouldn't
just,
be that exciting.
It would be more than just people walking through corridors and saying, "No, arrest him, put him in the prison," and I predict things. It's like you could have people going, "No!" as they dying in each other's arms, and you see the big monsters going, "Raw."
There's gunfights.
There could be emotions,
jumping,
you know,
and
not just actions, but bigger emotions. Something more than just, "Oh my God, we've worked for 30 years to create this school. We will not give up now." Like, who gives a fuck? Sorry. It's just like,
Jesus.
We know the school's gonna go on anyway, so who cares? Like, give us more. Give us a moment. There was no "oh, whoa" moment. There's just, gosh, I want to see if maybe something happens in the next episode. Just like, give me something. That's my opinion, at least.
Yeah. Sure.
I didn't mention it in the last episode, but I gotta mention it now. Like, Travis Fimmel, who plays Desmond Hart, I thought he was the best character in the first episode, because he at least felt like he was like maybe a little scenery chewing, and he felt like he was like, he wasn't so closed off emotionally. So all the other characters just standing.
He's not as stoic as the rest of them are. Yes, more because he's rugged and
there's something
and a
going
little
on.
bit strange.
Yeah, but then in this episode, he is exactly the same person. It's just like, oh, he's just one note. That this is all he's going to be. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, well, there's, what is it?
The worst part is.
Oh no, it's just wait.
I think it's just 6 episodes, right?
It's just 6 episodes. We're a third through it, and nothing has happened. That's what I mean. You can say, well, you've only watched 2 episodes. Yeah, but I've watched 2 hours of it. Nothing's happened.
2 out of 6 hours, and we're nowhere really. I know that's a bit worrying.
Like this is,
that there's only 6 episodes, and I don't know
these seasons are getting shorter and shorter.
They're trying to get to.
Didn't we? Because the last one we did was the Penguin, which was 8 episodes.
Yeah, which we gave up.
Yeah, and then before that, I think it was
House of the Dragon.
Oh yeah, House of the Dragon, which is also first 10 episodes, then 8.
Yeah,
and then we also did True Detective, the last season,
right?
And that was
10.
I think that was 10 or 8.
12.
There was only 6.
Only 6? Really?
No, wait.
Are you on the right season?
No, yeah, season 4 has 6 episodes, and I can only like skip next page is season 5 because it's no. Okay, wow, like what? That's the thing.
Wait.
That is the problem now, and we talked about this, but now like literally, like it's not even 8 episodes, it's not even 10 episodes. Like you don't have time to do like little stories because you're basically telling one. Like was it? It's one. This is now. It's literally a 6-hour movie.
Yeah.
So it's one. It's one story dragged out.
Could have been cut down to a 2.5-hour movie instead.
Yeah,
an actual movie.
And the budget they spent on 6 episodes could have worked as one movie.
Yeah.
Especially True Detective, which isn't as much effect stuff as those other shows, House of the Dragon and Dune.
Yeah, yeah, all that extra stuff in that one might be a bit expensive. But yeah, True Detective could easily have been a movie.
That one at least, you know what I'll give that one, even though I really didn't like it. At least that one had, not that every episode was its own little story, but it was always like there was some sort of revelation in each episode. We're like, fuck, okay, well, I guess we're going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
Even though it was
they're finding out more
bit.
Details, and we can feel that you're getting closer to an answer.
Yeah. Oh, and now I just because I was backing out of IMDb, so I got to True Detective season 1. So I'm just that was 12.
Just 8 episodes.
Is it? Oh, it's just 8. Okay, I was gonna say 12, 8. Yeah, and I was like, well, how did they solve that problem? Well, first of all, the writing is so much better.
Yeah.
The dialogue is insane in that one.
Yeah.
But it's also, and I'll say, I think episode 2 and 3 of that show is a little bit like, this is a little bit meandering. Because you have the first
I think
episode.
that's what I said when we talked about it.
The first episode is so well written. And it's the hopping back between 2012 and 95 or whatever it is the first time.
90s at least.
And you come to the realization that at the end of the episode that Rust Cole in 2012 is like he's actually checking out the new murders in 2012 on his own, and he's like, you're not asking the right fucking questions. She's like, oh, you kind of have to watch the next one. But then, episode 2 and 3 are just like, they're just doing cop stuff. It's still well written, but it's like, okay. But then they're still like, I still want to see where they're going, and they're introducing the whole religious aspect and all that. And then you get to episode 4, and then it's like, we have a lead. Because this Reggie Ledoux guy we're looking for, he cooks meth for only one guy, or one crew, and it's that motorcycle crew. And you're like, oh fuck, I was undercover with them 4 years ago. So now they're gonna like infiltrate a motorcycle gang, which becomes its own little story and has that amazing one shot in the end of the episode.
Yeah,
and they're kidnapping.
And it is just
Tiny.
one episode where they have that.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't drag that out for several episodes.
Yeah. So like, oh fuck, that's awesome. And then in the next episode, they find the kids.
Yeah.
They think they don't actually get the murder, but they find some of the kids. It's like, they figured it out.
Saved that for the last episode.
Yeah, and they figured it out, and then but is this really the guy? Did we actually get him? We don't know, because Marty shot him in the head, so we don't know.
You can't ask him now.
Yeah, so we're heroes, but we're always going to have that in the back of our head. Did we actually get the guy? Or was this just one of them?
Yeah.
And that eats away at them for 2 more episodes. And then we get is it the end of the 7th episode when they find when he shows him the garage where he has all the crazy wall with all the papers and stuff, and he shows him the videotape of the girl being sacrificed or raped or whatever.
Don't remember which one that is.
Yeah, okay, but then so then it's like, we gotta pick this up again. It's like, yes, and then they solve it in the end, in the last episode. And not only do they get the guy, both Marty and Rust has grown as people. And the big climax of the show is Rust like showing emotions, which is like, yes, he's alive, physically and metaphysically.
Yeah.
What a show! Like, that's how you do a show. You couldn't have fit all that into one movie, even though there's only 8 episodes. If you shrunk that down even to 3 hours, I don't even think you could have done it.
Not in the same depth, no.
No. That's how you do a TV show. Or, like we said, you do the sitcom or Monster of the Week format, where it's a new story every week with little red threads going through.
Yeah.
This 10-hour, 8-hour, I guess 6-hour movie shit, no, not for me.
Not the same, no.
Not at all. Sorry.
I was looking at
now I just want to watch. Sorry,
I still haven't made it through season 2, so.
No, me neither.
I was looking at Travis Fimmel. Because he kept reminding me of a character he played before, and I had to double check who that was. And if it was him, it's like, yeah. Huh?
Vikings guy?
Yeah. He's basically, for the last part of Vikings, he is exactly this. He is kind of scheming and quiet and weird and speaking in riddles, and no one really understands him, but everyone respects him for some reason.
Doesn't he die a couple of seasons in?
He does eventually.
I think I only watched the first 2 seasons.
I think he...
But I know the show went on after his character died.
Yeah, but not for too long.
Oh, okay.
I think he dies is it halfway through 3rd or something, and then they kept going for a while. I don't even know if I watched all of it because it kind of got boring.
I think they went on for a while. That's the thing, and they focus obviously on his wife and his son who grows up. Because the son grows up a lot between season 1 and 2. I think
he has 4 sons, by the way.
Oh, but the main.
No, but they're all main
Alexander
characters.
Ludwig, Bjorn.
Yeah, I know that's who you're thinking of, but no, all of them get main character.
Oh, okay.
Energy. No, actually, he's in season 4 as well. Shit.
Yeah, and I don't know. I thought you if you had finished it, like if he.
I have, I think, but I don't remember.
Back in, like visions or dreams or whatever.
Maybe like once or twice, but not like that.
Okay. Because that's also. Now we're just talking. How long have we been talking? Hold on. 25 minutes. Yeah, we got to fill at least 10 minutes. That's also speaking of like a show that was good but got bad, but where they write out. I understand because it was based on a book, but to kill off Jason Momoa in the first season, not even in the end of the first season of Game of Thrones, it's just like what the fuck.
He was the most interesting character. Yeah, he was a lot of people.
Well, him and Sean Bean were the coolest character, and they killed both of them in the first season.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out when
he dies.
Ragnar dies. He's in season 4, all of season. No, he dies in the end of season 4, I think.
Yeah, season 4.
Yeah.
That's when he dies.
So then they did 2 more seasons where the sons are the main characters.
Oh, okay.
And some English dude for some reason.
Yeah.
Which is played by oh god, what is his name? I know that face, but I can never remember his name. Shit.
You mean
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why that face is so recognizable, but it is.
Well, he's like in movies and stuff.
Well, yeah. And he's in a lot of period pieces when it comes to TV shows. Yeah, no, I didn't like the end of Vikings. I don't know if I actually watched the last season. I don't remember.
No, I gave up. But that's also like that was a show where it felt more like each episode was more. It was more, each episode is its own kind of thing. It had it was before every show was a long movie. But then we also get into the problem where I just lose interest because it's after a few seasons it's just more of the same. It
also became very big.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people to try and keep track of. Yeah, and everyone had basically the same name, which was very annoying. Everyone was called Eric and Ivar. And okay, sure. There was like the Norwegian Eric, and then there was the Swedish Eric. And at one point I wasn't even sure which nation Ragnar was supposed to come from.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get it anymore. And they kept traveling, and all of a sudden they're in Morocco, and now they're in Russia. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And throughout it all, there is a crippled who can like lead an army. I'm like, no.
That's not
Vikings would probably not have let that thing live.
No, they would have thrown him in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need you.
For sure.
Unless he has like witch powers, but...
no, he's just really evil.
Oh, okay.
And kind of mean, and people are like kind of scared of him because he's so vicious. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say.
I don't know.
Yeah. Why I gave up on it? It wasn't even that the show. Yeah, it wasn't. It was just. Yeah, you've had your little, your. They've gone and sacked the monastery in the first or second season, and then we're like, yeah, we're really good at this. Now we're gonna go even further, and we're gonna go to England or whatever they call it back then. I don't remember. And it became kind of like The Walking Dead, where each season was like, we've found a place where we can settle down. Oh no, here's a new bad guy. Oh.
Now we gotta move.
The season ends with us burning down the place where it gets run over by zombies. We gotta move to the next one. Oh, we've finally found a place we can settle down in this new season. Ah, shit, here comes the crazy bad guy. It's like, what the fuck?
That was Vikings instead was like, we're going to England to pillage and
plunder.
Yeah, pillage
and plunder.
And then they go to France, and then they go to the Middle East, and then they go to Russia.
Meanwhile, there are, power plays going on. Who will rule, actually? Will it be Ragnar, or will it be his brother? I know was a big thing in the first couple of seasons, Floki.
Yeah, and will Ragnar sell out to the English king? Or is he becoming a Christian?
Yeah, that was the big thing. He started like, actually, the Christians. I was like, what the excuse me? I know some Vikings did that for real, but it's just like, come on. Yeah, and it's just like, okay, it's more or less the same. It's just more intrigue, and it's just that's not what I'm interested in. That's the same reason I stopped watching Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah,
did you watch that?
I think I watched like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 seasons. It's like it's pretty good. It's cool.
I gave up when they went to Ireland to protect the child.
You. when all of a sudden the intro changed to be like doodly sound like folk music from Ireland, but the same song.
Yeah,
and they were like kidnapping babies and flying. I was like, no, you're supposed to like hang out in bars and race and.
Why do you need to bring the child to Ireland so it doesn't get killed? I didn't really understand that. I'm like, it's a child.
Yeah,
it's an infant. Even it was really small. As much as I remember,
it was like a newborn.
Yeah, I don't even remember who was newborn. His, I guess, but which girl?
I don't remember. It's so many years.
I don't remember. It was his. He treated it as his son. That much I remember.
Yes, because it wasn't
and then they
his
did a spin-off,
child, but he loved the mother, and the father was
something
gone
like
or
that.
dead or something.
Yeah, I think maybe he killed the father. I don't remember. And then they did the spin-off with the Mexican crew.
Oh yeah, I only watched a couple of episodes.
I didn't
because I was like
start that one.
I didn't even want to watch because once again it's a spin-off and it's like I don't care.
Wasn't that also like a Netflix production all of a sudden, or something like that?
No, it was. At least I watched it on HBO, but they have bought it up from maybe AMC or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. The HBO format has kind of changed in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like what they used to be the gory one that didn't like shy away from showing nudity and blood and stuff. And I feel like that's not the thing anymore. They're not as vulgar as they used to be, I guess.
I actually had a discussion about that yesterday. Where we because if you've been following the shorts flow here on YouTube, you've seen that I've been watching Lord of the Rings with our parents because I found out a few weeks ago that they hadn't seen the Lord of the Rings movies. I was like, what the fuck? How is that possible? It's a
how
cultural
have we not
phenomenon.
showed them that before?
Yeah. And then. So I was explaining that to I was over at my friend's house and talking to him and his parents. And I mentioned, oh yeah, we were watching Lord of the Rings because they've never seen them. I was like, because they've never really been interested in like fantasy stuff. They're still stuck in that, fantasy is for kids, basically.
Yeah, but yeah.
Goblins and dragons, and now that's silly.
Mom can watch Harry Potter, but that's about it.
And I mean, the first 4 movies are for kids, so
yes, exactly.
Before they grow up. But we have watched the third one now. I haven't put that short out yet, but yeah, they really appreciate it. And that is, I don't know if you remember this when you watch movies with our dad. He hates every ending because it never.
Yes.
Even when it
what
feels
happens
like
after?
Yeah, he wants closure. And a lot of movies are, a little bit ambiguous, especially if you watch kind of movies I like to watch. Yeah. But even when you get a movie with pretty solid
happy
closure,
ending, the guy gets the girl, they live happily ever after kind of vibe. He just goes, but I want to see what happens. Yeah. Do they actually get married? It's like basically he wants to watch them live their whole life and then die peacefully. Yeah,
well, if you remember the end of The Return of the King, that's literally what happens. For 20 minutes, they just show, yes, Frodo and Sam destroyed the ring. Aragorn became king of Gondor.
Until he died.
And his wife took care of the children and everything. And they lived happily ever after until he died. Sam and Frodo went back with Merry and Pippin to the Shire, and they lived there. Of course, they would never really feel comfortable again because of, the troubles they went through. But they were happy in their own way. Sam married, whatever her name is. Rose, something. But then at some point, it was time for Bilbo to join the elves in Valinor, since he was getting too old, and he was giving a special permission to join them.
Yeah.
So they take him to Rivendell, and he's about to get on the boats, and then Gandalf says, "Come on, Frodo, your time as well." Oh yeah, and they're all crying, and then he leaves, and that's like, oh, is that the ending? No, because then Sam comes back to the Shire, and he's so happy to be home again, and he talks
with
to
his
Rose
wife and his kids.
And it's like, I guess that's it. And you have the little like voiceover from Frodo, like, live your life, Sam. That's all we can ever like hope for. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then they close the door, and then it ends. And I was just looking over at my dad, and it's like good enough?
Are you happy now?
He was like, yeah, that was a good ending. He's like, yeah, because it went on for 28 minutes.
And half of the people has to die.
Well, I mean, it is fucking proper closure.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Anyway, since I was talking to my friend's parents about our parents watching fantasy, and how, like, well, they never... Also, I think they watched, like, one episode of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We got into that the first season of Game of Thrones, because it was back in the days when HBO was like, we can show whatever we want, so we're gonna show whatever we want. That, specifically the first season, or the first couple of seasons, is just chock full of so much excessive nudity and violence and blood.
There are bare dicks on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, I get, like... naked butts and shit I can kind of get, because the backside
there's
nothing special about
it's
that.
The front we're all a little more guarded about.
Yeah.
Especially the lower regions.
There's like a bunch of naked dudes, a bunch of naked girls. There's so much blood sometimes. Yeah. There's fucking...
They kill dogs.
Disgusting assault. Yeah, they kill dogs.
Children. Yeah, there's rape. So much, and we discussed, like, it feels like it's just in there because HBO was like, we are HBO, so we have to almost.
Yeah.
In a way that it feels they have removed that nowadays.
Yeah, but they did that too with True Blood. I watched the first.
I never watched that, but I've seen clips. Yeah.
In the beginning, they also had a lot of, like, raunchy stuff, I guess.
Because it's
not as vulgar as Game of Thrones had some of it. You don't actually see, like, full frontal nudity for the most part, but there's a lot of sex scenes. There's a lot of blood, obviously, because there's vampires. But it's not like it's spraying everywhere. It's just, we kill people because we drink their blood.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit nasty sometimes. But again, they just, like, in the first few seasons, they showed a lot, and it was HBO style, like, maybe a bit much with the sexual stuff. Jesus Christ, sometimes, like, come on, is this like softcore porno, or I mean, what are you trying to do?
That's how they got a big audience sometimes, I think.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
That show just spiraled out of into crazy when they started adding, like, gnomes and elves and shit.
Oh, they did?
It was like this magical realm with fairies and gnomes, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I don't even think that was in the books, because I remember reading most of the books, and I don't remember Suki being a fucking fairy.
Suki Stackhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she was a fairy?
She was a fairy somehow.
She was?
Which is
she
like...
didn't become a fairy, she was one?
No, but that's how they explained, eventually, that's how they explained how she could read minds.
Oy vey.
Because you remember she can read minds?
No, like I said, I never watched the show. I watched clips, maybe, like, or someone, like, showing
that was her whole thing. She could read everyone's minds except for vampires.
Okay,
because they were dead.
I remember that. Okay. Yeah.
Which they don't acknowledge or, like, explain for, like, 4 seasons. Then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, you're half fairy.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And here's the fairy realm through a portal.
Yeah.
Have fun. You're like, what? Yeah. I appreciate that HBO and Max now, I guess, has changed that a little bit. But at the same time, like, they toned it down almost too much. It's not... Well, yeah, we still got the sex scene in this episode.
The first episode had, they well, not super explicit, but they had a sex scene. They killed a child. The second one did have man butts. It had boobs.
True.
And a pretty not explicit, but a pretty raunchy sex scene.
Sure, I was thinking more of the violence though.
Yeah, it's not much violence.
No.
But I'm not expecting a lot of violence.
This setting though. This setting doesn't work with violence, I guess.
No, exactly.
All, like we said, Dune. Very stoic.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
I guess that's why.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, the way the ancestors, memory witches, killed Leela was maybe a bit nasty.
Yeah, sure.
Jesus Christ, they devoured her like wolves.
Yeah. In her dreams.
In her dreams,
Which was
she
weird.
died for real. See, if you die in your dreams, you die for real.
It's the Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, right. Sorry. That. Yeah. Yeah. If you die in the
about.
Matrix, you die in the real world. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but if you die in your dreams, you die in the real world.
Yeah.
If he gets to you in your dream, you're done.
That's true. Okay.
I think we're giving up here, aren't we?
We're ending this episode here. I just want to say, like, because speaking of a bunch of other shows here, other than I suppose True Detective, where each season is its own show, and I haven't even watched every season. No. What was the last show you watched from beginning to end, or like a show that is going on now and you have watched every episode of, like waiting for the next episode, not counting this because it's 2 episodes.
That's a new show, like that I started watching because it was advertised, or just
no?
I started watching it and binged it.
It doesn't have to be a new. No, it can be an old show.
Honestly, the last show I watched properly was a K-drama called Romance is a Second Chance Book. Fantastic.
It's called Romance is a Second Chance Book.
Yeah, it's about title. A publishing. But it's shorter in Korean. It's a publishing agency, and a woman gets a second chance in life, sort of, after divorce, and ends up because in Korea, apparently, if you get a kid and you stop working, you're so not eligible to get any job when the kid gets older. You're supposed to be a housewife. But if you get divorced, she's like, how am I supposed to afford anything? So she tries to get a job, and she has to, like, whatever. She gets a second chance in this publishing company.
Mm-hmm.
And she finds love and all of that, of course.
And you watched that whole show. How many episodes?
I watched that. Like 16?
Okay.
They usually do about 16 episodes.
So like 1 or 2 seasons?
That's one season.
One season, okay. And then they're done.
And they're about an hour long. And then they're done. They only do basically one season. I think there are a few, like, the more action ones that have, like, a second season. But usually there's just one season. They're about 16 episodes, and they're about 1 hour each episode.
Okay.
That's it. And then they just cast the exact same people and do another show.
That's something I appreciate. And I do that's the one good thing with the new format of shows, that we get a lot of... Because I think Dune Prophecy is only supposed to be one season, right? I think so.
I don't know yet, but I'm assuming, I hope.
I think it's supposed to be a miniseries, and I appreciate that. At least they're not trying to... they're dragging it out over 10 hours, but at least they're not dragging it out over 7 years, you know. I appreciate that.
No. Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, I think the last...
Other than that, I've started watching Arcane. Yeah. Since season 2 just came out, I think, or it's about to come out. But that's more of like it's kind of a kids show-ish. Yeah. But not really.
But I mean, it's still a show. So.
Yeah. That's more one of those you can keep in the background because you don't really have to pay attention.
Yeah.
There's not too much deep stuff going on.
Sure. I think the last show where I was, like, invested and watched the whole thing, I guess It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I have watched every episode. And I suppose they're making a new season. So I'm waiting for that. But once again, that's a sitcom, so every show is its own story.
Exactly.
And other than that, like, the whole show through, in the last few years, I think it's Sopranos, which I never actually finished until a few years ago. And then, since 2020, it's Star Trek, the original series, and Star Trek The Next Generation. That's it. Other than that, I've just given up on every show I've watched.
Yeah. We've had, like, me and my boyfriend, we've tried watching shows. We watched Cobra Kai. We watched the first 2 seasons, but then this just kept going. And it's like, it's not interesting anymore.
No.
The same happened with The Witcher. We watched the first 2 seasons and we went, ugh.
First season was good. More? Second season was bad. Gave up.
And this, we kind of gave up on The Bear, but that is mainly to do that we both... No, the reason is that I get anxious watching it.
I watched The Bear. I actually liked the 3rd season. Yes, it's the worst one so far, but it's good. I am thoroughly excited to watch season 4. Okay. There we go.
I after the Christmas episode, and I think
second season.
I don't remember. Yeah, in season 2, I got anxious watching it, and I can't watch anymore. This is stressing me the fuck out.
You might enjoy season 3 then, because
it's calmer.
the rest of season 2 is still very hectic. I mean, it ends with them opening opening night of the restaurant, and
they finally get there.
It's insane. And the ending of season 2 is literally a oh no moment.
Oh god!
So you should finish it, but the third season literally starts with 2 episodes that is just like dreams and like ambient music going la 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 la, and just people looking at like flowers, and he's like we see him.
Are they high?
No, but it's basically. It's basically Carmi reflecting on his life for 2 episodes. Oh, well, 1 episode really, but you know. And you see a bunch of flashbacks to him going through all the things that, you know, he sent...
led to...
Yeah, when he sent his cousin to work at the other restaurant, when he sent the pastry guy, whatever his name is...
to Denmark.
All those things, we realized, he did all that. That's why he got we kind of knew that, but we actually see him do that in flashbacks. And we see,
like how he calls people up to call him favors and stuff.
No, when he went there, when he did those experiences
when he
as a
did
young
his...
chef,
yeah.
And we see him like smile and love food and things. It's like, oh,
that's what it's supposed to be.
And like, whoa. And then it's just zoop, back to reality, and it's like, oh, fuck. Now the third,
and it's all screaming and sweaty, and
the third season is a lot more calm. It's still the bear, so
yeah,
but it is calmer, and it has a
because we just kept sitting there going like, what more can go wrong? Even when we were in Denmark for those like clips, and everything seemed so calm and quiet. We were just waiting for like someone to stab him or something.
Yeah.
There has to be a disaster.
When he finds the guy who's fallen over on the bike, he's like, this guy's gonna attack him or something.
No. He's gonna kill him.
Which is the weirdest scene ever. It's like, what?
It didn't contribute anything.
Yeah.
Except for, I guess, show that he is still a nice person. But, I mean, we knew that.
I'm not sure what that is all about, that scene. Anyway. You should...
I thought it would maybe come back or something. But
power through season 2 and at least try out season 3.
Maybe.
No. Anyway...
TV shows are weird. I think that's the consensus here.
Yeah. It's when you have to drag it out that way. I mean, books is much easier to do that with. I don't have a problem with a book series going on for too long. But a TV show
sometimes.
Now if it's like 48 books, yeah, sure.
Like 4 books, that's fine.
Like 10 books.
Oh, I had that issue with a very popular book series that I just gave up on. It's one of those with the fairies. I don't remember what it's called now. Thorns and Bushes. No. Thorns and Thorns or whatever. Sarah J. Maas wrote it. She wrote the first 3 books, and the story ends. Then she did a little compendium thing, and then there's a 5th book? The little extra book in between is how they celebrate Christmas, basically. I'm like, what the fuck? And what's the next book supposed to be about? They defeated the bad guy in the 3rd book.
Yeah.
So I didn't even bother reading.
No,
I was like, fuck
exactly.
this, I give up.
That's where you write something new. Make up a new thing.
Yeah, and she has more of those fairy books that are also like 8 books long. So you have more series to write. Yeah. Just focus on them instead. Leave this one alone.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so let's wrap this up now. Are we gonna watch episode 3?
I will, but I'm not gonna force you to do it.
Okay. But do we want to do an episode on it then?
No, we don't have to. No.
Okay. Maybe
I'm fine with not doing
yeah.
That.
Well, we'll focus on Christmas because we are in the
focus on ending the year in a peaceful way.
Yeah, we're in the end of November. We have started planning our December Christmas spectacle. We're doing this year. Hey, little inside information here.
Teaser, I guess.
Yeah, we're doing Christmas classics this year.
Yeah,
and we're actually gonna do because we realized because I love Christmas and I also want to do like Christmassy stuff around Christmas on YouTube. And I was like, because we've done we had like Christmas themes before, and like no, we haven't really. We've done like one episode, and we've done a couple.
No, we did the Home Alone.
Oh yeah, we did the Home Alone thing. Yeah, but that's 3 or 4 years ago.
And then we did a scary Christmas, but it didn't. But that was
like
as
2.
Well
that was like 2 movies we talked about.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't find enough.
No, exactly. Which is weird because there's so many Christmas horror movies.
I don't know. We didn't find enough that we wanted to watch,
No.
I guess.
But this year, then we have now. Technically, there's 5 weeks we're gonna do, in December. Oh. So like it's the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. But after Christmas, we usually have a short hiatus.
That's our break time.
So, but we're still gonna do 5 episodes because the 24th is gonna be a special episode.
Yes.
We're gonna do our little drinking game like we did a couple of years ago, last year.
We've done it
2 times.
twice, yeah. Last time was Elf, I think. But
Yeah.
those rules were just killing us.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just do, and also this year, I don't want to say which movie it is, but I don't know if there is a drinking game for that movie. Kind of would be weird, but I'm sure there is. If there isn't, maybe we'll just do like a watch along and drink, I suppose, or I'll make up some sort of weird rule.
We'll make up maybe a couple of rules, but not Jesus Christ. Elf had so many just chugging and shots.
Yeah. I mean, you're blind drunk 40 minutes in, and that's almost 2 hours long, that movie. So. Anyway, so we're going to do Christmas classic. I'll say this, the first episode, coming out the 7th of December, is going to be It Happened on 5th Avenue.
Yeah.
And on Patreon, we're going to do 2 more modern classics from the 80s, and 2, like, Christmas TV specials from the 70s.
Right.
Yeah. So, if you want Christmas all around you this December, of course, check us out here on YouTube and on Spotify or wherever you're listening to this. Subscribe, follow, all that stuff. But also, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene to get the full Christmas experience. But that's it. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back on Saturday with something for the spoiler cast. But until then, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.